Hiya! Back! So I've been waiting on some new cards arriving the last week or so, and it seems as though they took for really? What are you jumping about? That noise was my dog. She's moaning because I'm recording again. You get annoyed with that, don't you? It's alright, Moosey. You'll calm yourself. So yeah, I was waiting on some other cards arriving. There's a couple of new decks. Oh, 3 new decks. And we're going to be using a deck called the Bestiary. Now the other 2 decks, one is actually a yoga deck, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the yoga poses. These cards also have the normal playing card symbols on them as well, but I'm going to read the actual poses because different poses have different meanings and different applications in the body. And we're also going to use some anatomy cards, which are here. And I think I've worked out a way to read the anatomy cards as well. Okay? So I hope that's okay. It's a little bit different. Well, you know, it's the same, but it's different. So hopefully you will enjoy this video. I don't think there's anything else to say, except let's get on with it. Today's video is going to be, what are they hiding from you? So pile 1, you've got this sort of skeletal quartz here. It's very sparkly. Pile 2, you've got an air plant. So there's that, Tillandsia. And pile 3, you've got a succulent, which I have no idea what it's called, but I thought it was cute, so I bought it. Anyway, we're going to do the charms at the end. I was going to do the pendulum today, but I've lost my little cards that I put on it, so once I find them again, we'll do one with the pendulum. Right, so pile 1 to start. Let's see what they're hiding from you. Okay, we'll start out with the anatomy cards. So first one we've got, unfortunately these anatomy cards are double-sided, so I couldn't hide what I picked. I just picked from the box, from the titles. So firstly we've got skin, then we've got kidneys, which is also the endocrine system. Then in the yoga cards we've got wide-legged fold, which is also the 7 of clubs. We've got child's pose, which is also the ace of spades. Let's make sure that these are okay. Then we've got eagle pose, which is also the 7 of diamonds. And in the bestiary, which I've apparently got upside down, is love fiercely, know your song, evolve into your next becoming. Okay, my immediate sense in this reading is that you're with somebody. In fact, there's 2 scenarios here. You're either with this person or you want to be. But either way, whether you're with them or not, they're not treating you very well. That's the first thing I want to say. And it's getting under your skin. This whole situation with this person is getting way under your skin. You're tired of their shit. For those of you that are, or for both sets actually, you feel like this person is stringing you along, whether you're with them or not, and they are, or you have a deep suspicion and or evidence of that this person might be seeing somebody else. Even if they're with you, and even if you just have a crush on them and you've told them and they make it like they want to be with you but they're just not ready yet, but you also feel like there might be other people involved and it's not just you, even though they claim it is. And that stands whether you're with them or not. But either way, that this person is getting under your skin. You might even be you might be lacking sleep. That's what I want to say here. You might have trouble sleeping at this point, But this might only be because this person, like you put a lot of effort into this person, whether you're with them or not, might even just be as friends or whatever, or you've let your feelings be known to this person, but they just won't reciprocate, or it's taking a long time. You might be lacking sleep, you might even have, your complexion might be off, you might be getting spots, you might be like stress related. And now with the kidney card here and the adrenal card, I want to say like you're at a stage where you feel like giving up. You feel like just filtering him out of your life or them out of your life and moving on. Working on something fresh and new. Getting rid of all the shit. Because that's what kidneys do. They get rid of all the bad stuff in the body. And adrenals, I believe they balance hormones. And that in that respect, you might want to or feel like you need to get back in balance. You feel like you're all over the place. You maybe have just that a little bit too much stress because of this person. Now, with wide-legged fold, I think you've tried to be flexible with this person. You've tried to give them leeway. You've accepted their excuses. And you've gone above and beyond. And this person knows that, but they're kind of just using you as well, if that makes it. Like they feel like you're just a doormat and you'll just do whatever they please, whatever they say, you just agree with that sort of thing. And then on the, it's like you've bent over for this person with the wide leg fold. You've just, and at some points you may have even been blind to what they've been doing to you, but you're now sort of coming into this time where you're able to actually open up and starting to see what they're doing. And you may be at a stage where you want to give up with these things here, or you're at a stage where you're giving them an ultimatum and you're saying, right, it's me or them. What you're going to choose? So, aside from that, you're now with the child's pose at a stage where you're really looking for self-love. I think the person that you're either with or you've been holding on to has drained you. Like, really drained you. And you're now in a position or a place of mind to take some rest and relaxation for yourself. Which is exactly what child pose actually does. I mean, if you wanted to, you could even try these yoga poses. This one is child's pose. It's a very easy relaxation restorative pose. You can Google it, but I can also just bring it up to the camera so you can see what you're supposed to do, and then you can take a screenshot. Focus camera, fool. And then just take a screenshot, and then you could maybe practice that just to help you feel a bit better. Then we have eagle pose. Right, you're tied up in knots about this person. You are completely unsure what to do and whether to do it or not. You're in like this push-pull sort of sensation. Because you feel like you love this person, but you've also got this calling to let go of the stuff the heavy stuff, to let go of them. You've got this call to love them, but also to let them go, drop this heavy weight, because they're causing you a lot of sorrow as well. Might even be twin flame. I mean, twin flames are never usually easy. And then we've got evolve into your next becoming. So this card might very well, it feels like an advice card to me. where you need to move on. You need to move on. And you need to find out who you are and do what you want for the sake of yourself and not someone else, or give a crap what they think, because this overall reading is not great. But, and you guys know by now that I don't bullshit. I will tell you what I see. And obviously I'm only reading for current energies as well. It's not to say this couldn't be changed, because nothing is definite. But this feels really heavy. Okay, so we have B, B, A and E. Now, we have the numbers 1, 2 1s and 2 3s. So I want to say you're sort of at this beginning stage of working out what to do next or where to go. You're not quite at the stage where you're going to make a move away or towards, depending on your situation and how bad it is, whether you think it could work if you gave them an ultimatum, or whether you feel like you've been used and abused and they're not worth your time anymore. But you're sort of inching your way forward. You might also be seeing 111, 333. These are all synchronistic numbers telling you that your journey is beginning. It has been a rough ride. It's been a bit of a helter-skelter. It's been a bit twisty and turny. You know, makes you dizzy to think about it all. And it could be twin flame, past life connection with these shells here and the beach marble. You feel like you've got a connection with this person, with the Labradorite, but they're just not. They might just be here to teach you a lesson and not actually be your person for life. It's because sometimes twin flames, all that they are there to teach you a lesson. Some of you might be feeling like you could take a risk in love with this person, but others of you are feeling like you're needing to take a risk in love with someone else, to move away from this person to allow someone else to come in. You know, it's, yeah. You need to let go. There's new beginnings coming, and I don't think it'll be with this person unless your individual situation dictates it, because obviously you should use your own common sense as well. But whatever happens, if you let go and allow in the new beginnings, it will be abundant and fruitful. There'll be communication. This person might try to convince you to stay, or to get back with them or something. But if they're just spouting the same old stuff that they've spouted before, move on. Just put yourself in gear and move on. Have yourself a new life and growth. Do it passionately. And there's more communication there. Might fizzle out later, but you need to open yourself up to new things in life, new opportunities, and dance to your own song. And you'll find that everything becomes a lot sharper and clearer after that. Okay? I'm really sorry about that pile one. Wasn't the best pile, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. And if you want a personal reading, the details are in the description. Now, let's move on to pile number 2. This was pile 2, I think. Yeah, right, we'll put him back in his wee glass case there. Stay. Okay, hi pile 2. So, let's see what you've got. Right, we've got a skull in the anatomy deck and the cardiovascular system here. And we have easy pose, which is also the 5 of spades. Frog pose, which is the king of diamonds. Hand to big toe, which is 9 of diamonds. Then in the bestiary we've got find your element, get creative, and deal with the dirt. Right. I feel like this is a crush, or at least a friend that you have feelings for, but you haven't necessarily said anything. And if it's not you, you could suspect that someone you know has a crush on you, or one of your friends might be feeling more than just friendship. Whatever way this goes, you're getting each other's blood pumping. They're in your head all the time. It's just constant. This person doesn't leave your mind. You might even feel like you're psychically linked to this person, and they might be feeling the same way towards you, because I'm getting this as a dual connection. This is both people, and only one scenario. This is both people feeling something for each other. Their mind is consumed with this person. They're both passionate about this other person, but they're not coming forward. You might even, if it's a friendship situation, that you've got a crush on a friend and they've got a crush on you, you might be worried about, or both of you, excuse me, yawning away here, both of you might be scared to say anything because you don't want to ruin the friendship. That could be what it is. You don't want to ruin the friendship, so you're just not engaging. Yeah, it's like you're there, but you're not. And might even feel like when you're with this person, like you love them as a friend, but like you feel strained as well because of the power of your feelings, and they do as well. And you're putting yourself through some difficulties and pain, because frog pose, well, if you're a beginner at least, it can be quite painful in the legs. You might and it's also about strain. Um, it's not supposed to strain you. That's not what I mean in yoga. It's just it can feel like a strain on the legs, that in this pose, the way that it works the legs is very strenuous. So it's a strain on you to feel this way and not say anything, and both of you doing the same thing. You might have even joked that, what if we were together, that sort of stuff, but then never took it much further than that. Like you're testing the water but not testing it, if that makes any sense. So I guess that's what you're both hiding from each other, is that you like each other. Then with hand to big toe, it might feel like a balancing act. Like you have moments where you're just like, right, I can't be with this person. They're my friend. I don't want to ruin the friendship, and they're thinking the same thing. And then you go through this phase where you're maybe a little bit more gruff with each other than you would normally be. And then but then the feelings come back. And I feel like this situation might have been going on for a while. And when I say a while, I mean years. And then the next card says, find your element. So it's asking you to take care, to not be so stuck in your head about this other person and they about you, but not in a bad way, just in a way that lets your emotions release from being stuck on this person, so that you can do things you enjoy as well. It's asking you just to let go a little bit, do something for you. Then we have get creative. If you're a creative person, maybe you want to give birth to some kind of creative enterprise, and you should. And deal with the dirt suggests to me, if you are creative as well, and you're maybe thinking about, like, I know this might be a little bit out of left field here, but it could be that you might be thinking about setting up some kind of online business that's about creativity, like selling stuff on Etsy or something, and you're wondering if you could do it full time from home and maybe like quit your job and stuff like that. So that might be it. Then we have deal with the dirt. this card is calling you to open up, and this other person to open up, because although oysters on the outside are quite ugly, and they lie about in the mud and the sea and stuff, inside is a beautiful pearl. And then we have the lotus behind, which is about opening up. All either one of you guys needs to do in this situation is to open up to each other. That's it. That's all. It's been going on for a long time already, I think. But if you open up, you might find that this person is accepting and that they are committed to you. There's a lot of commitment symbols here. You might find that your friendship actually blossoms. That everything actually opens up and becomes refreshed. It would be like spring. You'll have your own tune that you guys dance to because you're so in sync. It'll be the beginning that you've always wanted, and this person's been there the whole time. As well, that's the other thing. Then we have M, O, Z, and E. So if the letters don't mean anything, it's most likely the numbers that are the main factor here. You're almost at completion, and they're almost at completion, with a sense of biting the bullet and just doing it. Getting together with this person. But then the ones and the three would also indicate that you've still got some tribulations about it. You know, about starting something. Like you want to begin the journey with this person, and you're at a stage where you're ready to actually do something or say something, but your mind is getting in the way as well. So there's that. Right, I hope that was helpful, pile 2. And thanks for watching. If anybody needs a private reading, details are in the description. But aside from that, I'm going to move on to pile 3. Hi, pile 3. So let's have a look and see what they're hiding. Okay, we've got the spine, or the muscles of the spine as well, but that's what I could see, the spine there. Then we have blood cells. Then in the yoga deck we've got Ace of Spades, which is the seated neck flow. We've got Half Splits, which is a 10 of clubs. We've got Knee to Chest, which is the 2 of hearts. Then we've got, in the bestiary, we've got Renew Your Life. We've got Remember Forgetting. And Nurture Connections. Okay. Okay, my immediate sense here is you've split up with somebody. You've split up with somebody. And if you haven't, then this is not your reading. Because again, it's general readings and, you know, they're not always for everybody all the time. This person could have been, like, you really loved this person and they really loved you, but the relationship was somehow a strain. Maybe this, I don't know, maybe this person was codependent. That's what I want to say. Or they weren't trying hard enough to get, like, a job or something like that. And you just felt like they were too much of a weight on your mind. But what they were hiding is potentially that they were depressed. Or you knew they were depressed, but they weren't letting on how badly. And there might have been things due to the depression that actually did cause the strain, as well as other things, like maybe they were codependent. Either way, it feels like the relationship was some kind of cycle of, like, a little bit of good stuff, but then it would die and fade, and then it would come back again when you'd had a talk about it, and they'd claim they were going to try, they were going to do this, they were going to do that, but then it would never happen. And I think that might have just put too much strain. It wasn't that you didn't love the person, and it was not that they didn't love you, but they were having a hard time with their mind. There's possibility that some people might have been in a relationship with somebody who attempted suicide, but they weren't successful. It's because I'm looking at this ego and it's like it's on fire and it's burning up, but it hasn't completely burned, it's dived into the water, and it obviously would put out the flames. Somebody tried to commit suicide, and it could have been you as well. If these energies resonate the other way around, take them. But this seems to be about depression, and somebody not letting on how bad the depression was, and somebody was codependent. With the seated neck flow, it's about you, a lot of tension, and then to release that tension. But you, in this relationship, you may have felt, or they may have felt, or both may have felt that you or they couldn't release the tension without releasing the other person. There was strain with the half splits. I mean, yeah, there was strain. I'm getting a horrible sensation in my I don't like when these readings come up. I mean, I do love card reading, but sometimes the energies. Right. You might still be in contact with this person that you split up with. There might be still some contact. It's like you want to be together, but you're not, and you can't be. It's like you can't live without them, but you can't live with them, and vice versa. If the energies work that way, it's really. It's like holding them with the knee to the chest. It's like holding them close, but letting them go as well, and holding them close again, but then letting them go. And then this renew your life is with the suicide, and maybe the suicide attempt made you have to leave them, or they leave you, or the suicide attempt, if it was you or them, they felt that they had to move away from you in order to renew their life because of the strain. I don't think that anybody necessarily did anything really, really bad. It's just that there was one or both of you in a bad place and not communicating. And then we have remember forgetting, which is a growth. It's about letting go to allow growth to come forward. It's about remembering that you're human. You might have beat yourself up about all this stuff, or they might have beat themselves up, or both of you are feeling bad. But you need to remember you're only human. And everybody makes mistakes, everybody goes through hard times, but they're only temporary. I feel a deep sense of love, but you're not able to be with this person as they are, or they're not able to be with you as you are, or were, or both. It's a really hard energy to read. Got this sense of with the nurture connections, there's a sense of being really connected to each other, like and loyal. Like either one of you might be split up, and you might have been split up for a while, but you're not seeing other people. There's this connection, and I feel like there's still communication potentially, or was recently at least. Okay, there's still a lot of passion. There's still this desire to take a risk in this connection, but you know that you can't because you know that it's not stable, and you want to be stable, and they want to be stable, but you both know this is a dual energy, and the healing is taking a while. You feel more abundant when you're not with this person in a love capacity. You might dream about them, they might dream about you. I think you're still in communication with the feather. And again with the bird, I feel like there's still communication. There's still this you haven't let go. There's still a psychic connection as well with the Labradorite. There is still connection with the peg. This could be a past life or a twin flame. This could be... This could also be that you split up and now you feel like you're dancing to the beat of your own tune. You feel like you're finding yourself again, who you are, using and speaking up. Communication, growth is here as well. And you're trying to find your passions again in life, and the other person might be doing that as well, but I feel like one of you is struggling more than the other, whether you've let on or not. Then we have F, I, X and W. If the letters don't mean anything, the numbers will. So we have 2 4s, a 1 and an 8. And that to me says you're on your journey and you're getting there. You're coming almost to completion in the journey, and they might be as well, which might give leeway for a new start, either with each other or apart. And I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody, but that is what I've got. Alright, right, I'm stopping. Okay guys, thank you for watching. I hope this is helpful to somebody. If you need a private reading, the details are in the description below, but obviously it's not necessary because I do the videos anyway for free. But yeah, thanks guys. And I'll see you on the channel again at some point. Bye guys.